Hi, this is Ed Brenegar, Circle of Impact Leadership. During these times of uncertainty, it is really difficult for many businesses that are used to having lots of interaction with clients and with each other in their offices to figure out how they're going to adapt to this kind of new reality. I want to say a couple of things this morning because I want to encourage the interaction that staff of businesses have with one another that is not simply about the performance of their jobs, but also about how they interact with each other as friends of the business. One of the things that I've learned over the years is this idea that I call a persistent residual culture of a business. And this persistent residual culture is what binds the business together and is what causes the business to be able to stand and go through the difficult, challenging times that it faces. Now, this idea of a persistent residual culture is simply this. It is a culture that persists regardless of what is taking place in the world, regardless of whatever virus there is or what pandemic, what other kind of tragedy, maybe it's a tornado that's come through your town or whatever it may be, regardless of what it is, this culture persists. And it persists because it resides in the relationships that people have with one another. And those relationships are formed around a set of values which define the company or the business or the organization. And oftentimes what I find is that people are not that aware of the values which unite them together as the staff of a business, but they certainly are united because of the relationships they have mean something to them. And those relationships are where their love for the business or their affection for the people in the business finds its most significant point of reference. So I want to encourage this recognition that there is a persistent residual culture in your business. And for the leader of the business, the owner, the executive director, the CEO, the president, what this means is that you have an asset that maybe you never knew was there. And this asset is this culture of relationship that is there. And the culture of values that informs those relationships is the culture of your business. And you can build on that culture by joining the culture and being a part of the relationships that are there. I encourage you to do this every day, that you have some point of every day while we're going through this time of social distancing and sheltering in place, that you have a conversation individually and if you want to as a group, where you're talking about why this matters to this business, so that you all are of one mind and of one purpose, and you're focused and you're willing to do the hard work that is needed to adapt to these changing circumstances. This idea of a persistent residual culture is embedded in this other idea that I have, which I call the story we tell ourselves. And the story we tell ourselves is simply this thing that reminds us of who we are. On this coming Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be conducting a 2-hour webinar called The Story We Tell Ourselves in Times of Uncertainty. And it's not just for businesses, it's for families, it's for individuals. It's really for everyone because we're all dealing with the very same things at every level of our lives. So I encourage you to come join. It's a very inexpensive webinar. It's only $10. It's a $10 for the link. So you can have a link for your home and you can bring your family, or if you're still in a place where you can have people working together, you can have one link for your business, just so that people are there to hear what I have to say, have the conversation that we're going to have, and develop some common language, which then can be helpful in creating your own story that you tell yourselves about your business, which gets you through these times of uncertainty. So I'm looking forward to Thursday, and I wish you well, and I invite you to come be a part of this. I think it's going to be very valuable. There'll be people from all over the world on this call, and so it'll be here on Zoom, and you can get the more of the information below in the notes for this video. So thank you very much. This is Ed Brenegar, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.